Let's face it, no one enjoys being in a situation where we need to turn to others for help. Asking for help means showing ourselves at our most vulnerable, and means accepting we failed at whatever we were trying to achieve, and means that we're not as good as we thought we were. Asking for help is never fun, but while some people are capable of asking for help without dwelling on it, others will avoid doing it until every other option has been extinguished. And even then, they'll feel incredibly awkward doing it. No one is perfect. There will always be a time when we need to turn to others and ask for their help, but the following zodiac signs will go through incredible lengths to hide that they're struggling. Number 1. Cancer. Cancers are one of the most sensitive signs in the zodiac. They're very in touch with their emotions, and they react to other people strongly, which makes them very easy to upset or hurt. Unfortunately, while Cancers are always willing to reach out and help others, they rarely, if ever, reach out and ask for help in return. Part of it is that Cancers don't like feeling vulnerable around others, so they'll put on a brave face and pretend everything is all right, when, in reality, they're not doing so well. A bigger reason behind Cancers' inability to ask for help is that they'd rather help others instead. Cancers dedicate themselves to their friends and families, and they often feel like the more people focus on them, the less attention their loved ones are getting, which can make Cancers feel needy and selfish. Because of their warm personalities, it's very easy to let Cancers care for you, but that doesn't mean that they don't need to be cared for in return. So if you know a Cancer, make sure to check on them and reach out to let them know they're appreciated. Number 2. Virgo. While Virgos may be overly critical and downright perfectionist when it comes to others, they're much, much worse when it comes to themselves, which means they judge themselves incredibly harshly and will rarely be satisfied with themselves and their own actions. This means that, more often than not, Virgos will see asking for help as a sign of weakness or as a sign that they're not as capable as they should be, so they'll hold off on doing it until there's genuinely no other option. They're independent and wish to solve everything by themselves, so if they're feeling down, chances are they'll keep it to themselves and try to logic their negative feelings into submission. This rarely works for them, but they'll keep trying because the alternative is turning to others and revealing that they're not as perfect as they want to be perceived as. When a Virgo does ask for help, then you should always try your best to offer it, as they wouldn't turn to you if they didn't trust you with their lives, or they hadn't reached their breaking point. That's right, Virgos don't ask for help lightly. Number 3. Scorpio. While Scorpios can be one of the most loyal and passionate friends and partners out there, they're an incredibly tough nut to crack, and unless you've reached their inner circle, they'll keep you at arm's length no matter your relationship with them. They're very protective of their secrets and vulnerabilities, so they'll carefully analyze what they can and can't share with you and act accordingly. When they're feeling sad or depressed, they'll hide that rather than showing it to others. Not because they want to appear strong, but rather because they don't wish for others to pry into their lives. Sure, asking for help is hard, but they're willing to do it. What they're completely unwilling to do is allow others to pry into their lives with the pretext of helping them. If you notice that your Scorpio friend is feeling down and you wish to help them, do so without judgment and without too many questions. Let them know you're there for them and don't push them. They'll turn to you once they've decided what they want you to know and what they want to keep to themselves. And number 4. Aquarius. Aquarians tend to run away from expressing their emotions and emotionally charged situations in the best of days, so you can bet your ass they'll be even more reserved when things aren't going their way. They don't like burdening their friends and loved ones with their problems, so they'll try their best to pretend everything is peachy, even when everything is going wrong in their life. If they can't pretend, they'll do the second best thing and withdraw, as, for Aquarians, it's often best to be alone with their negative emotions than to try and share them with others, even if they know, logically anyway, that others would be delighted to help them.